A very pleasant good morning to all. Very, very thankful to you for liking and subscribing my channel and all those who watched my prepositions video yesterday. Today I have come up with the second part of preposition confusion. Here are a few more confusing prepositions just for you. Happy learning. Next is in and into. Again, we can differentiate simply just as we did between on and upon. In refers to things at rest, whereas into is moving towards the inside of something. So in implies a state of rest or position inside something, means something is which is already there, already inside. He is in the room, or the teacher is teaching in the class. So when we are talking about the first statement, he is in the room, means the person is already in the room. The teacher is teaching in the class. And the teacher is teaching in the class. She is already there. The students are already there in the classroom. So no motion is happening. Things are as it is. That is what is being reported using in. Whereas into denotes the motion towards the inside of something. When something is moving towards some inside. He came into the room. That is, he walked into the room. It was a process. It was a motion that he was coming into the room. He walked into the room. The ball fell into the pool. The ball was moving and hence it fell into the pool. So there was a motion. He came or he walked into the room or the ball fell into the pool. In both the cases, there was a motion that was happening towards the room or towards the pool. Whereas in the previous case, he is in the room means the person was already in the room. Hence, when we are reporting, it is in. When we are reporting something happening at present, it is into. Now, the next example, the next confusion here is in and within. Now, in and within is both are used in terms of time. When we say that he will return in a week, which means after the week is over or towards the end of the week, the person will return. Whereas within is meant before the end of time period. In denotes the end of some future period. Something which is going to happen after the set period is going to be over or near the end. Whereas within is before the end comes. Hence, when we say he will return within a week, means he will return before the week ends. Whereas when we say he will return in a week, that means he will return in a week. Once the week is over, near to that period, he will return. It may be the 7th day or it may be the 8th day. It could be either of them. Whereas within means he would come before the week ends. That's the difference between in and within. Since and for. Very confusing thing for children. Many times I'm asked, ma'am, since lagaye or for lagaye, what shall we use? My dear students, look at this. Since is used to denote a period of time in the past when we are referring to some point of time in the past. For example, he has been sleeping since 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, I have given the time. 6 o'clock, when the clock had struck 6 in the past, since then the person has been sleeping. I haven't met him since the last party. Means the last party that we attended together. After that, I have not met him. So, I haven't met him since the last party is yet another example where we are talking about since, because again we are referring to a point of time in the past. For can be used to denote a period of time in present, past or future. Any of them can be. For example, we can say he has been sleeping for 4 hours. I have not given any point of time from the clock, whether it is 6 or 7 or 9, nothing. All I'm saying, he has been sleeping for 4 hours. That means he has been sleeping. I'm telling you the time, the number of hours, but from when he is sleeping, that is not mentioned. Hence, for. He had been sleeping for 4 hours, past perfect continuous tense. Or he should sleep for 8 hours. Now, this is yet again referring us to a suggestion for the person that the person should do such and such thing in future. So when we can use for in all these sense, present, past and future. Now this little birdie is back again on my terrace, calling me perhaps. Now the next confusing thing is since and from. Both denotes something has been happening since some time in the past. However, the difference between the two is very, very apparent that since is used to denote a point of time and comes after a verb in present perfect tense. For example, he has been ill since last Friday. So we are talking about he has been ill since last Friday. From can be used with any form of tense and generally denotes the origin, from when the thing began or from where the journey began. It would be something from where the things or the situation started. For example, I began learning Sanskrit from the age of 5, which means that I started learning Sanskrit from the age of 5. When I say from the age of 5, this means perhaps I might have finished studying Sanskrit by now, or maybe I'm continuing. But if I say I began learning Sanskrit since the age of 5, that means I'm still continuing the thing. When we use since, we are referring to something that had been started in the past and is still continued. Whereas from the age of 5 refers to that the job or the learning began at the age of 5. However, it might have finished by now. That's a probability, a possibility. Now the next is between and among. A very simple one. Many of you must be aware of that, but this is for the benefit of all those who are still confused about these two, between and among. When we talk about between refers to when we are referring to two people, two persons or two things, right? So divide the sweets between the two, or a duel was fought between the twins. So here there are only two people who are engaged into a fight. So a duel was fight between the twins, or a battle was fought between the two kings. So here we are talking about two parties, two things, two persons. Among refers to more than two persons. So when we are talking about more than two persons, for example, distribute the sweets among the children. Now here there are more than two children. Hence we say distribute the sweets among the children. Or what are you going to distribute to the children today? Another example, slavery still exists among certain tribes. Now, certain tribes refers to not two tribes, but more than two tribes. Hence, slavery still exists among certain tribes. The last one in this list today is beside and besides. So when I say beside, I'm talking about something by the side of something. It means by the side of. She was sitting beside me in the theater, or there's a flower vase beside the television set, or there is a beautiful porcelain statue beside the aquarium. So beside is something which means by the side of. She sat beside me in the theater. Besides, which just has an additional S, is not just having additional S, but even the meaning is in addition to. Very simple. Adding an extra S means in addition to. Besides an ice cream, I want gulab jamun as well. Or maybe, besides a ride in the Mercedes, I want a hot air balloon ride too. So, what I'm referring to is besides means in addition to whatever I'm getting, I need more. I need something extra, right? So that is, besides being fined, he was also imprisoned for 6 months. So when we are talking about besides here, it is besides being fined, he was also imprisoned for 6 months. That's the Difference between beside and besides. There may be many more confusing prepositions which you might encounter in your day-to-day life. I would love to hear about them. Please throw your queries in the comment box and I will make sure that I personally answer each one of them. So, waiting for your comments, your likes, your subscribes, and your queries in the comment box. Please do share this video with all those who might be having a little trouble with the prepositions. For doubts or regular courses in English language, feel free to contact me. I'm Smriti Asthana. You may call me at 9999970338. The classes are available online, and after the lockdown, they'll be available offline as well. So feel free to connect with me with online classes, whichever part of the country, whichever part of the world you are free to contact me for online classes. There are a variety of English courses meant for school students, for those preparing for competitions. So just know Percept Academy is one stop for all your English language learning solutions. Thank you. Bye-bye.